minutes because both teams have seen running clock going out. The similarities between the two are striking in some ways. Hermiston scoring 9.1 points per game. Pasco, 9.3 points per game. Hermiston giving up 42 points per game. Pasco giving up 38 points per game. Two programs here that are having a rough go of it this season for sure.
Yeah, and you take a look at the Pasco squad coming out, back onto the field right now, and even with a shortened travel squad, this is a very small football team as far as numbers go. That's where you gotta wonder how the recovery or where the recovery is going to come from for both teams. We know we've got numbers coming up. We don't know about Pasco.
31 Pasco Bulldogs in uniforms and pads here this evening for their head coach, Leon Wright Jackson. 2-5 is their record. So the wins this season, in week 2, they beat Walla Walla 13-6. And then a couple of weeks ago at Hanford at Franrich Stadium, went to overtime, and they won 31-28 in overtime against the Falcons, who were Hermiston's next opponent on the schedule. Hermiston, I think we can go all the way back to the same week where Pasco got their win. We still feel really good, or at least I feel really good about the performance against Sunnyside. A couple of late scores made that a 3-score game, but that was back and forth seesaw, and Hermiston's within a score into the fourth quarter in that one. Leading in the fourth quarter against Southridge. So those are a couple of opportunities for Hermiston to get wins. They didn't on the same exact weeks, on the same exact nights where Pasco was able to get wins. So I do think, all things considered, this is a really even matchup.
Yeah, I do believe so, and the one thing that Hermiston needs to do tonight, and like we talked about, Eric, is small numbers of on the roster out there right now. That means that they're probably going to have a whole lot of players going both ways, which means that if you got players going both ways, you're going to get tired. Tempo's got to come up. Tempo's got to be very fast against this team. We do play a few of the players both ways, but not near as much I've seen on film as what this team we're going to play tonight does.
It'll be interesting to see how this one does play out for Hermiston, coming off of the extended week because they played on Thursday at Lamson in the 42-0 loss at Kennewick, and also a week where not only was it extended, but that game itself was running clock in the second half. So both teams were able to get a pretty good cycle going in the second half and get a lot of other faces out there, and at the same time get some rest for some of the Bulldogs that definitely needed it. Speaking of that, healthier is definitely one of the key points tonight because Hermiston is returning to the field on senior night for the first time this season. We will see the 5'10", 165-pound senior KJ Ramirez suited up. In fact, right now he is down there catching passes with the quarterbacks as they get some last warm-up throws in.
Yeah, and I've been seeing him testing that foot, bouncing up and down and testing it. But we'll see. I can tell you one thing: what I'm seeing down there right now, and an official's going to correct it before he ever gets on the field. He's going to make him pull those pants down over the top of his knee pads, because right now I know his knees aren't up mid-thigh. But it's good to see.
We'll see if they correct that. They should, but if they do, you know.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's doing some chop steps right now and trying to get it going. But we're just going to have to see if he's going to be able to go ahead and push off or if it's going to even work for him. But kudos to him for wanting to come out on senior night and at the very least, get him a couple of plays.
4 catches, 16 yards in the spring, played in 3 of the 4 games. He got hurt getting extra reps in after a practice during the fall before two-a-days started. And it was a non-contact. He went up to elevate to catch a ball, and when he came down, came on it, and broke his foot. Yep. And has spent the first 2 months of the season out with a broken foot. Back tonight, cleared a little more than a week ago to return to activities. One of the things he's been doing as far as physical therapy for the last couple of weeks, I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, was he's been going to do aquatic physical therapy. Mm-hmm. And so KJ Ramirez back tonight. And this Bulldog team now lining up for the national anthem here at Kennison Field. Sean McClanahan directing the Hermiston Marching Band with the national anthem here tonight on Kennison Field. The Bulldogs hosting the Pasco Bulldogs. And we will have the coin toss and kickoff coming up. This has been your Sway Motors Tailgate Show on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. Captains, Bulldogs lining up all of their seniors to go out to midfield and meet with the Pasco captains for the coin toss here this evening as we approach kickoff tonight. Along with this one, we're paying attention to, on the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, Pendleton Buckaroos trying to win the IMC title down in Redmond against the Ridgeview Ravens. It is Umatilla playing host to Grant Union. The Stanfield Tigers, Davey South, we talked to him at the start of the Sway Motors Tailgate Show. They are winners without having to take the field tonight. Riverside has had to have some players go into quarantine, so they had to forfeit to tonight before they were able to travel to Stanfield for the first game with Dan Sharp as the interim head coach in Stanfield. McLaughlin Pioneers are in Athena to take on Weston McEwen. That Pioneer team dealt with a month worth of having players excluded and in a quarantine. And also out of the IMC, Hood River Valley's Eagles are in Milwaukee to take on the Rex Putnam Kingsmen. Last night, Heppner extended their their win streak to 25 games. That's the order it should have been in. 47-6, they beat the Area Knights. LeGrand Tigers, 34-24 winners at home against Ontario. And Sonny put that one up to rub salt in the wound. Westland, 31, Lake Oswego, 14. On the schedule, the MCC this evening, Hanford is at Lamp to take on Kamayakan. The Kennewick Lions are at Edgar Brown Stadium to take on Chiawana. Walla Walla is non-conference at Ridgeline. That's up in the Spokane area. And Southridge and Richland will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at Fran Risch Stadium. Softball team gets on a bus at like 6:30 tomorrow morning to go to University. They play at 11 a.m. It's the semifinals of the District 8 3A tournament after a 9-5 win against Meade. That was actually it was yesterday. And the cross-country teams are getting set for the District 8 championships next Saturday. The Bulldog boys, 3A District MCC champions, and the Bulldog girls by 2 points, edged out by Kennewick, finished in second place yesterday up in Richland. Pasco is going to receive, and that's how we will start things off here this evening. So on senior night at Kennison Field, let's talk about this Bulldog defense. 4-2-5 is the alignment for 14-year coach and 7th-year head coach David Faitete, who's also the defensive coordinator. And in that grouping, he is going to end up starting tonight a total of 6 seniors. On the line, Sam Cadenas, Cale Hotman as the ends, Logan Villanueva at defensive tackle, Caden Hotman at the linebacker position, and in the secondary, Aiden Garay, Marcus Weinberger, corners, and Vinny Trevino as a safety. That's the senior group out there as well. Jaime Ramirez Ortega just as counsel as safeties. Ben Larson next to Caden Hotman as a linebacker, and Rourke Smith at a defensive tackle. This Bulldog defensive team has given up big plays. That's been their Achilles heel tonight. What do they do to try to bottle up this Pasco team?
They got to go ahead and make sure that they contain. Do their job. Each one has an assignment. Stick with that assignment. Let the other players do their jobs, and that's what they have to do to bottle it up.
Abel Alatorre has the ball at T to kick away to Jamie Townsend II. He is a senior running back. He wears number 44. He is the deepest at the 10-yard line. Abel is going to do onside kick near sideline, smothered and recovered by Christian Prado Cruz. Right about the 47-yard line in Pasco territory. Just short of midfield is where they will start with the ball after Hermiston starts the game with an onside kick attempt. So we get to take a look at Justice Hewells. The senior quarterback is 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. He will have next to him in the backfield Townsend II, who is to his left shoulder. 2 receiver options each way for the Pasco Bulldogs. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Hewells, right-handed quarterback, puts his hands in front, takes a high snap, pulls it down, flips it out to the left flat. And caught out there. And moving forward for a gain up into Hermiston territory to the 45-yard line. It was Manny Rosales, a senior wide receiver in the slot position. Joey Gonzalez, Rafael Vargas, and Alex Ramirez round out the receiving core for this Pasco team. Vargas is going to be wide to the right side, and inside of him is Rosales. Alone to the left, Gonzalez. Handoff, and a cut back to the right by Townsend II. He'll get stopped at the 44-yard line, gaining 2. And 3rd down and 1 in front of Pasco. Hewells will have the running back to his right, 3 receivers to the right as well on 3rd down and 1. From a shotgun set at the Hermiston 44-yard line. Bulldogs with 4 down linemen. Caden Hotman showing blitz. He will bring it. Quick throw right side into the slot, caught by Negron. Negron, the tight end, gets to Hermiston's 36-yard line, where he is pulled down on the play by Vinny Trevino, but first down yardage to move the chains for Pasco.
Yeah, that was a nice little pitch and catch of 8 yards that time for the first down. Did the very first thing it could do, and that's what your tight end is doing for a little bit of a cross and look.
90 seconds into the contest. Rosales and Gonzalez wide to the left side. Lone receiver to the right is Vargas. Tight end left, first down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Blitz coming right up the middle, and Hermiston was mistimed. Sam Cadenas and Caden Hotman both jumped into the neutral zone and eventually into Pasco's line. First penalty of the game against this Hermiston team.
Defense. Repeat down.
Wow, he's loud.
Well, as compared to where it's been.
Yes, I agree. We have not heard from anybody out there all year long.
Townsend behind Hewells this time. Pistol set for the quarterback. Turns and hands off. Townsend running to the left side. He'll be pulled down at the 30-yard line, although this is not Hewells. Change at quarterback.
16.
This is Caden Watanabe, the junior. So a late change for Pasco at quarterback from what they've been doing.
I thought it was 4 out there to start the game, though. Yeah, I do believe it was Hewells.
After the gain, 2nd down and 3 from the 30-yard line. Townsend to the left of the junior Watanabe. Handed off, right side run, trying to get to the edge, and Cadenas has got him to drop him for a loss.
Townsend taking down the backfield. Loss of about
2 yards backwards.
3rd and 6.
And a 3rd down and 6 facing Pasco. Almost 9 minutes left in the first quarter, so an almost 3-minute drive for those visiting Bulldogs. These are the kind of plays, though, Sonny. 3rd down and 6 where Hermiston can get off the field.
Yes, it is. Who carried that one the time before, Eric? Was that Watanabe that carried?
No, it was Townsend.
It was Townsend. Okay, so he is.
From the 33, Townsend to the left shoulder of Watanabe. The junior quarterback looking to his left. He will throw. Deep ball, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Weinberger, and a flag comes out.
That cannot be a pass interference.
It can on the offense.
It can on the offense, but if they call that against Hermiston, that is absolutely brutal call.
I mean, Marcus Weinberger's indication is that it's going to go against him. He was the one who elevated to catch the ball.
The other guy just ran through him. Oh, that is an absolutely horrible call. Absolutely horrible call. Wow.
There's not really a whole lot that Weinberger can do differently there.
No, he did what he was supposed to do. That should have been offensive pass interference all the way, because the receiver never looked for the football. He looked for a receiver to play defense on, a defender to play defense on.
15 yards moves it to the 18-yard line. 1st down and a 10. And a handoff to Townsend, trying to run out to the left side. He is caught from behind and dropped by Cadenas. Up to the 15-yard line, a 3-yard gain. So it looked like Hermiston got off the field on that 3rd down and 6. In fact, Weinberger was in position to intercept the pass. Instead, pass interference flagged, and it extends the drive for Pasco. They have it at Hermiston's 15, 2nd down and 7 from the left hash mark. 2 tight ends into the formation, 1 receiver each way. Townsend to the right of Watanabe. Hand off to Townsend, delayed right up the middle. He's got space to the left. He edges out to the left side, outside the numbers at the 5, reaches for the goal line, and he's there, a touchdown, 15-yard touchdown run by Jaime Townsend II.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. That ball should have been clear, still back way away from the end zone, but the officials get it. Pasco goes in for the score. Hermiston's got to react and come back now.
The extra point is up, and it is through. 7:45 left in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for Pasco. We'll be back on AM 1360 KOHU. .45 left in the first quarter, the opening drive of the game, going 53 yards and doing so in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Martin Valencia, the lefty kicker, will kick it off and pulled in by Aiden Garay, who was one of the up men at the 17. Moving to the middle of the field at the 20, he's got space at the 25. Near sideline, he's coming at the 30, and he's pulled down at the 35-yard line. Garay turns that into a 21-yard return. And the Bulldogs have good starting position for their offense, trying to respond to the Pasco opening drive touchdown.
Well, that's a good response there coming back, and now they got to just keep their heads with them and go for it.
Jesse Elliott, one of the seniors that was honored before the game, is in the quarterback position on 1st down and 10 from the 35. He'll slap his hands together, turn and keep it on a read option play out to the left side. Hop over the top of a man, down the near sideline, steps out of bounds at the 48. A 13-yard gain for Elliott on the first play of the game. Just 10 yards rushing last week in the loss at Kennewick, although Elliott does, after that run, have 369 yards rushing and 4 rushing touchdowns this season. For the Bulldogs, he has been somewhere between 60 and 70% of the run offense this year. 1st down and 10, 2 in the backfield with Elliott from the 48. A delayed handoff to Larson. Larson gets to the midfield stripe as he's pulled down after just over a 2-yard gain, running right up the middle behind the senior center, Francisco Atalano. Sophomore right guard Ciusapenni and sophomore left guard Tanner McCoy are flanking Atalano, and then seniors on the outsides. At the left tackle position, it's Sam Cadenas. And out on the right tackle side, we find Jesse Vassie. 2nd down. Short 8, long 7, one of the two. Larson out of the backfield to the right. Hotman's in the backfield. He'll take the handoff from Elliott and barrel forward for a couple more yards, churning his feet and getting to the Pasco 46-yard line, right in the middle of the field, where he is pulled down after about a 4-yard gain, and he'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 facing the Bulldogs.
Well, that was one of my keys, Eric. They got to get him the football. I mean, you want a team to be bruised up. You got to get Caden to be able to rush that football straight ahead.
Marcus Weinberger is the senior wide receiver out to the right side, Vincent Trevino and Aiden Garay, the senior receivers to the left, stacked up on top of each other. 3rd down and 4. Hand off. No, fake it. Near side to Garay. Garay, step to his right. Breaks a tackle to 40. Comes down the near sideline 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A screenplay to Aiden Garay turns into a 46-yard score.
Nice job that time on the first pass. It looked like Pasco had blown that one up, and Garay did a little bit of a jump start and got around that first tackler and off to the races.
Abel Alatorre is on to attempt the extra point to tie the contest out of the hold of Landon Shilhonick. The snap is from senior lineman Christian Oliver. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through, and it's tied at 7 apiece here at Kennison Field on senior night for the Bulldogs, looking for their first win of the season. So a good response, and if you're looking from the purple-hued glasses on the other side of the field, tackling a problem for this Pasco team in that first drive.
Big-time tackling in that first drive, because not only did Garay have a great job and break tackles there, but the play before, when they had, it seemed to be that they had Elliott tied up without the first down. He was able to break 3 tackles himself. So yes, big time on the missed tackles. Good thing for Hermiston. Hermiston is keeping their feet moving and keeping this thing going.
So 2 teams who each average just over 9 points per game score in the first half of the first quarter. 5 minutes and 59 seconds left in the period. We're tied at 7. Jaime Townsend, the second, is the deep man to receive this kick from Alatorre. The first one, an onside attempt. Nobody's particularly deep. Townsend is standing about the 13. Alatorre will kick a line drive past him, bounce at the 10, and roll into the end zone for a touchback past Rafael Vargas, who was also back as a receiver target.
Nice kick that time. That's what you got to do. I mean, Eric, that's one thing that I saw. Every team that Hermiston has played this year has tried that little pooch kick or onside kicks against this Pasco team. They seem to be able to cover it fairly well, especially Kennewick that's just about the only type of kick that Kennewick has, and Kamaik, and nothing deep. And except for Kennewick did against us a couple of deep ones, but they've covered it very well. Good kickoff, pins them deep.
Tight end right, 1st down and 10 from the 20. 2 receiver options to the right as well. And a handoff to Townsend, going behind the left guard and tackle. He doesn't really find a whole lot of space. Gains a yard on the play. Riker McDonald at the bottom of the pile, along with Sam Cadenas. McDonald, who missed first month and a half of the season, had problems with the circulation in his feet, complications from type 1 diabetes. There had been a period of time from the offseason into the start of this season where it didn't seem like he was going to play because it just hurt too much last spring in the 4 games Hermiston played, but did decide he needed to get out there with his team and has provided well at defensive end. Throw over the middle, bobbled ball incomplete out of the hands of Manny Rosales, trying to get it down the slot.
Well-timed hit that time by the Bulldogs out there. I believe it was Ramirez came in with the hit on the hip and just dislodged the football early.
So 3rd down and 9 from the 21-yard line. 3 receiver options to the right for Watanabe, the junior, who's in at the quarterback position. Flag out as a throw gets the slot to Vargas. Vargas is pulled down by Jaime Ramirez Ortega at the 28-yard line. 2 yards short of the first down marker, but we have to check on the laundry. The referee, David Watson Jr.
going to decline it? I think it's a little deep for them to try. Well, okay.
They're going to take the penalty. By the way, working with David Watson Jr. Oh, now we're going to hear it. Or we're not. Procedure penalty. The umpire is Curtis Gilmore. The line judge is Brad Gregory. The head linesman is Martin Ruiz. And the back judge is Pat Barrett. So Hermiston will now try to get a stop on 3rd down and 14. Back to the 16-yard line. 4-down lineman. Here comes Hotman on the blitz, straight up the middle. Throw over the near sideline. Ball batted around and incomplete. Weinberger on the coverage with Justice Council, the sophomore safety, helping out. Trying to get it into Alex Ramirez in traffic, and 4th down and 14 facing Pasco. Well, Hughes is out there now. He was holding on the extra point attempt after the opening touchdown, and he is their punter. But it's been Caden Watanabe as the quarterback. 5:02 left in the first quarter. Clock pause, low snap, it bounces, and Hughes gets it away. High kick towards the Pasco sideline. It bounces, bobbled, caught, and dropped. Shelhonic, no return. And Hermiston will take over at the 47-yard line. Tied at 7, just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter here in Hermiston. On senior night for the Bulldogs.
Well, repeat now. Come down, move the football. Doesn't matter, I mean, if they score right away, how quickly they score. They just got to sustain what they started in that first drive.
Pasco defensively looks very similar to Hermiston. 4-down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 safeties. That's what they come out in. Their base 4-2-5 for this first down and 10 from the 47. Right hash mark set for Chase Elliott. With Larson, the sophomore running back, to his left. Larson will take a handoff running right, and he's tripped up.
Larson.
Couldn't get out on the edge, and Caleb Negron pulled him down. Negron, a senior defensive end and tackle. 1-yard gain given to Larson, who came into the night with 163 yards on 57 carries. Has not got into the end zone here as a running back in his sophomore campaign. 2nd down and 9 from the 48. Elliott changing the play, signaling to his receivers. 2 of them out wide to the left side. Elliott, play action, looking to throw. Now he'll pull it down and is hammered. Coming to his right, and Jorge Velasco crushed Chase for a loss of 4 on the sack.
Yeah, that was not the decision you wanted to have right there. I mean, give the opportunity to the receivers to get in the open, don't break it, but also don't step up in the middle of all that when your linemen are expecting that you're going deep.
Well, see, I think his sophomore receiver Shelhonic missed the audible because he ran a little button hook. And Chase was looking to go deep there down the right sideline. He had one-on-one. 3rd down and 13, back to the 44 after the sack. Elliott will step up, will throw over the middle, in and out of the hands of Trevino. Knocked away by Gannon Meyer, the sophomore safety for Pasco. 4th and 13, so Hermiston's going to punt it right back with 3:23 on the clock and a tie game in the first quarter, 7 apiece. It was interesting to be at the linebacker luncheon. Unfortunately, David Faiatete had to be away back to his hometown of Medford. Death of the family. And so the interesting part was Mike Mosier, the offensive coordinator, was doing the film session for linebacker luncheon. As Abel Alatorre gets set to punt it away, and we'll get the kick away. Good line drive kick at the 19-yard line. An opportunity, though, for a return, and the return for Joey Gonzalez is about 7 yards up to the 28-yard line. But watching the plays as Mike Mosier broke them down, often what you were seeing was somewhere in the process of the 11, somebody misaligned or missed an assignment, or just like that one, I'm positive that Chase and Landon got mixed up on what they wanted audible to.
Yeah, it's very positive there, and you know, it happens with a young receiver and a quarterback.
First down and 10 from the 28. Right hash mark set, and a quick flip out to the left aside is caught, and some space. Watanabe throws it out onto the edge into the hands of Manny Rosales, the senior. And Rosales give it a good spot up to the 39, so to move the chains, a first down.
12-yard pickup that time by Pasco, and you know, Hermiston, those are the ones that you cannot break containment on the outside, no matter if it's a receiver or a running back bouncing out.
Alex Ramirez is the wide receiver to the left. Rosales inside of him in the slot that direction. Two receivers right for Watanabe, the junior quarterback, with the back behind him on first down and 10. To throw, near side, will dump it into the flat. Caught there by Negron, who breaks a tackle. He's into Hermiston territory, down the near sideline, 30. Breaks another at the 25, and he's flipped down at the 20-yard line. The saving tackle made by Caden Hotman. I don't think Negron's going all the way there, but he does go all the way down to the 20-yard line.
41-yard pickup that time on the pass play.
Game tied at 7. Pasco, a touchdown on their opening drive, a punt on their second drive on a 3-and-out. Now in the red zone, first down and 10. Right hash mark set with the game tied at 7, 2:53 left in the first quarter. And off to Townsend, running to the right side. Grabbed by the shirt tails and pulled down by Sam Cadenas. Gain of 1 down to the 19. Sam Cadenas just tackled Townsend, who's a 5'11", 170-pound young man, senior, with his left hand holding onto his shirt. If Cadenas isn't a first-teamer, and I know it's tough when a team's 0-7 with 2 weeks left in the regular season, talk about first-team All-MCC. If Cadenas doesn't, it is highway robbery.
Yes, it is. We talked about it a little bit last week.
Second down and 9, right side run again for Townsend. This time he's able to weave his way down to the 15-yard line. Neil Stasek in there on the stop along with Cale Hotman, the senior who transferred to Hermiston out of Humble, Texas. He's the cousin of Caden Hotman. Cale plays at defensive end, 6'6", 220 pounds. I think they thought when they just looked at the particulars, 6'6", 220, that he would make an impact more on the offensive side than the defensive side, but he's found a home at defensive end. Third down and 5. And it's a Townsend handoff. He will gain 3 more.
Down to about the 12.
Stasek in there again, along with Riker McDonald. But it brings up 4th down and 2. This is a Pasco team that did win the game against Hanford in overtime on a field goal. But they're going to go for it on 4th down and 2 in the final minute of the first quarter. Trying to break this 7-all tie. Vargas and Rosales are receivers out to the left. Tight end is right. The back is to the left shoulder of Watanabe, and he jumped early.
Yes.
Although I don't know that that's going to change the equation that much, because 5 yards back is going to mean you're looking at a field goal somewhere in the 35-yard range. So Hermiston's still going to have to stay on the field defensively and get a 4th down stop. Fourth down and 7. Again, Vargas and Rosales left. Negron, the tight end, to the right. Townsend to the left. Hermiston showing blitz. They'll back off of it. Rush 4. Throw towards the end zone.
Nice job.
Batted away by Justice Council with his left hand. Incomplete. At a turnover on downs. Another great play by the sophomore safety.
That was a great reach out there and to put it down and, keep playing football that way, tough football.
Hey, make that kind of play and you get to stay out there as a receiver.
Yeah, now you got to return the favor and break this defense.
So turnover on downs with 34.6 seconds left in the first quarter. Hermiston also a touchdown and a punt. Game tied at 7.
Hermiston going to have to call a timeout, or no, I guess not.
No, but they did have to bring sophomore Jaden Davis onto the field, onto the line. Handoff, left side run for Larson. Larson finds a little bit of space and ends up with a 6-yard run up to the 23-yard line.
See, we were talking with Coach Faitete about the way that he runs, and he's still running like trying to be the scat back and looking, but you can tell it on that time, all the stutters he had. If he would have just went north and south full speed, that would have been a first down easily.
2nd down and 4. It's Larson again. He'll come back to his left side and grabbed and pulled down at the 32-yard line. Damian Tavares makes the stop. The middle linebacker will make the tackle on the final play of the first quarter. It's 7 apiece, Hermiston and Pasco here in Bulldogs Stadium. You're listening to it on AM 1360 KOHU. Bulldogs ball to start the second quarter. Their third drive of the game. Each team scored on their opening drive. Each team punted on drive number 2. Bulldogs have it because they forced a turnover on downs. And they will start this second quarter with 4 wide receivers, 2 each way for senior quarterback Jace Elliott. With a back to his left shoulder, the senior. Get lucky as his running back started to flinch. Throw out to the left side to Garay, who scored the touchdown. Garay pulled down after 2 yards on the wide receiver screen.
Down to the 34-yard line, gain of about 2.
One of the other things that Coach Mosher, who, again, went into incredible detail into each play that he showed at linebacker lunch, and he also said they have seen in this Pasco team that they jump on longer counts. But Larson almost jumped on that longer count there. And he did. They just didn't see it. 2nd down and 8. To throw, Elliott out to the right, flat, too high for Larson. They don't whistle it down immediately. Now they will whistle it incomplete. And 3rd and 8 for Hermiston.
Yeah, Eric, on that pass play there, Caden Hopman was open right off the line of scrimmage off that, I guess, a hybrid type tight end position or a slot back that he was in, was wide open, and we went with the back coming out of the backfield.
3rd down and 8. Elliott to throw. Time in the pocket. Now he'll pull it down and try to run. No, he'll stop and throw to the sideline. Sliding play by Weinberger, caught at the 45-yard line. 11-yard gain and a first down. So Marcus Weinberger will move the chains about a minute into the second quarter. Isaac Corey and Drake Devon, 2 freshman quarterbacks, signaling in offensive plays, along with Travis Jones. For Mike Mosier, who watches from up top, the offensive coordinator. Trevino in motion, right to left, toss to him. Sweep out to the left side for Trevino. He'll get across midfield. Just a step into Pasco territory, and not even a step. They're going to mark it right at the 50 stripe.
Gain out to the 50-yard line.
5-yard gain and a 2nd and 5 facing Hermiston.
Yeah, that last play, Eric Shelanik, he was so, if Chase would have had just a second to look downfield, Shelanik was wide open for 6.
Cale Hotman's in at a tight end to the right. His cousin is a step behind him at a wing back. Larson to the left shoulder of Elliott. 2nd and 5 from the 50. Hand off, and no, a keeper for Elliott. First down yardage. Elliott still on his feet, backing his way down to the 38-yard line into Pasco territory. A 12-yard gain and a 1st down.
Nice job that time by Chase reading that defense and pulling it out at the last moment.
It was something that really felt like it was missing the last couple of weeks. He had the long touchdown run at Walla Walla, but outside of that, wasn't keeping the ball as frequently. He missed the Richland game in week 4 with some headaches related to neck pain, not concussion related. 1st down and 10 from the 39. Trevino again right to left. Fake it to him, hand off to Larson, running back to the right side. Larson's got some space at the 35-30, and he's hauled down at the 24-yard line by Meyer, the sophomore strong safety.
Nice 14-yard pickup that time by Larson for the 1st down.
First down and 10. Right hash mark 26. And Elliott will throw it out to the left side, high, incomplete. Too tall for Weinberger.
Elliott's pass falls incomplete.
Bulldogs down into Pasco territory at the 26 with 9:35 left in the 1st half. Garay and Hotman are the receivers stacked to the left. Shulhanik and Trevino to the right. Larson will come to the right of Elliott. 2nd and 10, Elliott to throw. Time to throw, lots of time. Throws it over the middle, incomplete. Tried to force it into Hotman, who was blanketed by Jaime Townsend II.
Had some time there. He might have just given him another step, because if he could have, he was already by the linebacker, but just tried to, like you said, force it in, and maybe a half count too quickly.
3rd down and 10 from the 26. Got to presume this is 4-down territory for Hermiston. Larson out of the backfield, empty for Elliott. Lots of time. Over the middle, Hotman in behind, incomplete, too tall, too far. And 4th down and 10.
He was wide open off the line of scrimmage that time coming out of that slot back. The defensive back got on his heel and started to backpedal way too late. All he needed to do was loft the ball a little bit.
I mean, frankly, just run the same play.
Yeah, exactly. Run the same play.
They're going to go for it here. 4th down and 10 from the 26.
And they got the same alignment defensively.
It's the same thing. Larson out of the backfield left. Elliott to throw. He'll pump. Now he'll pull it down. He's got to make this work. Gets a tackle broken out at the 21st down yardage as he reaches out to the 15-yard line. It was not necessarily pretty. At one point, it looked like it was going to be ended quickly for a turnover on downs, but Rafael Vargas wasn't able to make the tackle until after Elliott had got down to the 15 to get Hermiston a 1st down.
9-yard rush that time on 4th down and keep this thing going.
Larson will be a step behind Elliott and to his left shoulder on 1st and 10 from the 15 left hash mark. Trevino right to left. Elliott will give to Larson. Running right side, breaks a tackle. Stiff arms another, he's at the 10. Keeping his feet churning, he's getting pushed by Shilhanic down to the 7-yard line. His teammate keeps him up for a little bit longer before the tackle is made by Prado Cruz.
Yeah, that time an 8-yard run. That was one of Larson's better runs on the year that time. Puts the foot in the ground and goes north and south. He's tough, tough, tough.
Still trying to find that balance between when he needs to be patient and wait and stay on his pressure points behind the line and when he does need to get upfield. He's a sophomore who played as a freshman in the spring, but only on the defensive side. He's learning running back this year. He's behind Elliott, pistol set, and Hermiston wants a timeout first. With 7:39 left in the second quarter, 7 apiece is the score. You're listening to Bulldog Football at AM 1360 KOHU.
Cheer and marching band parents, please make your way down to the east end of the grandstand and cheer. Just seat your parents, please.
Good sized crowd. Yeah.
7 minutes, 37 seconds left in the first half. Game tied at 7. Bulldogs have a 2nd down and 2 from the 7. Larson to the right of Elliott. Trevino right to left. Fake to him. Elliott keeps running right side. Elliott to the 5. Elliott reaches to the 3-yard line. First down yardage on a 5-yard gain.
Inside the 5.
Bulldogs have first down and goal. Trying to take a lead for the first time since early in the 4th quarter on the 8th, when they had a 14-13 lead against Southridge, that the Suns were able to, let's see, what's the correct analogy? Burn out and win 27-14. Trevino, toss to him, he bobbled it, it's dropped, it's around the 5 where there's a pile and Pasco says they've got it.
Correction, rule the forward pass.
Hermiston kept it.
The incomplete
Oh,
pass.
they will call it an incompletion.
That was lucky. Wow. Some smattering of boos from the other side now. But if you go by what it was a forward toss, so it should have been an incomplete pass.
Right, so why is the ball on the 5, though?
I don't know. We didn't lose any yardage on it.
The ball should be on the 3-yard line. The line judge on the far side, instead he moved the down marker.
He did.
2nd down and goal from the 5. Elliott evades a tackler, throws to the back of the end zone. Caught, McDonald's got it for the score.
Well, you know, we'll take the 5-yard touchdown pass instead of the 3 any day, and McDonald definitely wants that score.
Riker McDonald. Only a couple of games able to play this season after sitting out a little more than the first month of the year. And Elliott found him in the back corner of the end zone. There's all seniors in there visually because Sam Cadenas was the one who laid the block that allowed Elliott enough time to find Riker for the score. Bulldogs set up in a swinging gate, and now they will bring everything together. Shilhanic will come back into the hold position for Alatorre. High snap, holds down, and the kick is through. Hermiston in front, 14-7 with 7:19 left in the second quarter. This is Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU. The officiating crew came together for a more extended amount of time, at least 4 of the 5 of them did, before the ready to play was given. Hermiston was squibbing it, but the officials weren't in position. The ready to play wasn't there, so Alatorre kicked it early.
So why did he signal to go ahead?
He didn't.
He
signaled to stop. No, there was no whistle there because he was waiting for – they were having this extended conversation, and I presume it was about the down marker situation.
Yeah.
And where the line of scrimmage was supposed to be on that play.
I would think that
because after you give up the touchdown, if you're Pasco, you're protesting. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mm-hmm. That wasn't at the right spot. They should have to rerun the play. Hermiston has a new look here. Just everybody bunched tighter the formation. Alatorre will kick it away. Deep ball over Townsend's head. It'll bounce at the 1 and into the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10, Pasco.
There is not a whole lot of wind that is here to aid Alatorre tonight. 54 degrees, and after rain early in the day, it is dry right now.
That's why I was saying, let's don't, the onside kick, granted, we get it. If we don't, we give them great field position. They're back in terrible field position right now, having to try and fight out of what they just did last time.
80 yards to go, down by 7. First down and 10. Hermiston's cornerbacks back off. And Watanabe takes a snap, hands off. Townsend running right. Townsend gets to the edge, breaks a tackle. And he's pulled down by Jaime Ramirez-Ortega at the 31-yard line after an 11-yard gain. Seven minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. Townsend to the left of Watanabe. Same thing, run to the right side. Watanabe hands off to Townsend, who comes back to his left, ducks under a tackler and gets a yard.
Gain of a couple.
To the 33-yard line. McDonald in there on the stop, along with Jaden Davis, the sophomore, who's been seeing a little bit of time on both sides of the ball. Some of his first early in a varsity game action. Second and 9. Pistol set this time for Watanabe. Rolling out to the left. He will flip it into the flat. Caught. Gonzalez gets to the sidelines, and he's shoved out there. Defended by Trevino and Marcus Weinberger. That was Rosales, excuse me, not Gonzalez, who had the catch. Goes for 7.
Gain out to the 39-yard line. 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3 from the 39. Left hash mark set. Vargas and Rosales will go out to the right side. Ramirez alone to the left for Watanabe. His back's to his left as well. Hermiston brings blitz. It's a handoff to a Townsend. Townsend hit, drop for a loss. Cale Hotman got in there, pushed it out farther to the outside. Erlen Delgado in with McDonald on the stop. It ends up being a yard back to the 38-yard line.
Here comes the second kick for Pasco. Hermiston, again, they need to not be quite so deep back there. Make them prove it.
Justice Hughes will punt. Hermiston had been having 2 back to return, but they're going to come after the punt, and Cadenas almost got there, just missed it. He might have even got a hand on it. It checks backwards, like I wish my 9-iron still did, and rolls all the way back to the 46-yard line. That one checked back 7 yards.
Yeah, you couldn't hear a thump, but he might have got a finger on it because, boy, it sure did come off of there at an odd angle. But Hermiston really put a lot of pressure on, and watching the Kamiakin game, Kamiakin, in fact, blocked 2 punts, I do believe. One of them, I thought, for a touchdown.
5:08 left in the second quarter. Hermiston's lead is 14-7. Can they add on to it? Elliott's got backs to each shoulder. And now he'll move Larson out of the backfield. Handoff, and it's a run for Hotman. Hotman's got a full head of steam, tripped up, but not before he runs for 12 at a first down. Peyton Hermis on the tackle.
Nice job that time by Hotman, just going straight up power running.
Larson to the left of Elliott. First down and 10. Bulldogs going no huddle from the Pasco 43. Keeper by Elliott, running out to the left side. He's got space at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bulldogs. Read option and a 42-yarder for the senior quarterback to the house.
And that one there was set up by Cade Hotman's block, coming across from the slot back and getting into the kitchen of that outside linebacker.
.442 left in the second quarter, and the Bulldogs have a 2-score lead for the first time this season. Alatorre to add the extra point. The kick is up, and it is true. 21-7 with 4:42 left in the first half. This is Bulldog football at AM 1360 KOHU. .42 yards?
42, yep.
On the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard in the second quarter, a little while ago, Chiawana is in front of Kennewick 10-7. Hermiston's lead is 21-7 with 4:42 left before halftime. Ball chipped to the near sideline, takes one hop, and it'll be returned to the right by Vargas. Vargas fumbled it. Hermiston's got it, picks it up, and returns it down to the 12-yard line. The recovery made by Jackson Gripskov. Well, right now for Pasco, when it rains, it pours. Can they weather the storm? First down and 10 for Hermiston. Right hash mark. Elliott takes a snap. Looking to throw. Time over the middle. Back of the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Hotman. Defended by Ramirez. Second down and 10. Elliott with Larson to his left. He'll motion him out of the backfield. Elliott with a keeper straight up the middle. Elliott tripped up at the 5-yard line. Was able to hop around one defender, but couldn't keep his bounce. Oh, they get him all the way down to the 3.
9-yard pickup that time. Nice little job of Elliott trying to keep his balance and get that much closer to that first down, even the touchdown.
That was a 7-yard gain, and then 2 yards bank aired in their favor, and Hermiston will call a timeout with 3:55 left in the second quarter. It is a 21-7 lead for Hermiston. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half, and Umatilla is on the board as they host Grant Union tonight at Milt Duran Field. The game is tied at 8 on the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard. So after Jaime Townsend scored the opening drive of the game for Pasco, they were working off of a short field. Hermiston tried for an onside kick and were not able to recover it. Since then, it has been Hermiston getting the bounces to go their way.
It's kind of nice now and then. You know, you can see the kids, they got a little bit extra spring in their step. They're out there right after the timeout was called, ready to rock and roll and waiting for Pasco to get set up. And it's just nice to see finally that the kids, and KJ Ramirez is out there for about the 4th play now, Eric.
Ramirez is the receiver to the right. Trevino is inside of him. 3rd down and 1. Larson to the goal line and is short.
Ooh, but a first down.
Could have been Larson's first touchdown of the game. 1st down and goal.
They'll give it to him again. Yep, right back to him.
Larson
There it
again.
is.
This time he's in. The sophomore's got his first touchdown of his career.
That's pretty awesome. He's doing you know, Eric, he's starting to get the football a little bit more like you talked, and getting a lot more confidence in what he knows he needs to do out there.
So Abel Alatorre to add the point after. Out of the snap of senior Christian Oliver, the hold of Landon Chilhonick. Sophomore holder, sophomore kicker. High snap. Chilhonick gets it down, and Alatorre gets it inside the left goalpost to extend Hermiston's lead to 28-7 with 3:50 left in the second quarter. This is Bulldog football on AM 1360 KOHU. (28-7), another chip to the near sideline, fielded by Vargas, who will return it for Pasco to the 35-yard line, where he is taken down on the play by Nathan Picard. So Hermiston 28, Pasco 7, 3:46 left in the first half.
Second most largest amount of first downs in the game for Hermiston already in the first half, Eric, at 13.
Watanabe to throw right side on first down. Looping pass is caught. Vargas turns the corner.
Pass is complete out to the 40-yard line, gain of 5.
Up to the 40, it's a 5-yard gain on a first down. Vargas is out to the right side. 3 targets left for the junior quarterback on 2nd down and 5 from the 40-yard line. Now in motion, Rosales, left to right, now back out to his left to throw. Watanabe switches back to the right side. Deep ball intercepted. Ramirez Ortega picks it off at the 35. The 2nd interception of the season for the Hermiston defense, and it's the sophomore Jaime Ramirez Ortega who hauls it in.
Nice job that time by Ramirez getting back and set himself up really early to be able to get to that football.
3:17, Bulldogs have a timeout remaining. And a 28-7 lead. Elliott, 2 in the backfield with him. He'll move Larson out of the backfield, left hand off. Hotman running right. Hotman to the edge at the 40. He's got space. Into Hermiston territory at the 30. 25, 20 slows up and is tripped up all the way down to the 15, where Townsend the second is able to pull him down. 50-yard run, and Hermiston goes no huddle. Got to wait for the chains to get set on 1st down and 10. Larson to the right shoulder of Elliott. It'll be Larson. Larson up the middle, comes back to his right. Larson inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Pulled down by the linebacker, Damian Tavares.
They gave him a 1st down, pickup of 11 that time.
1st and goal, just inside the 5, right hash mark. Hermiston staying with no huddle with 2:45 left in the 1st half. Trevino left to right across the formation. Elliott will keep it, running to the left. Cadenas out there to lead block along with Larson, and into the end zone is Elliott. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night.
And that's what we've been looking for more and more this year, Eric, is the fact that, you've got to get him the football and to be dynamic. And again, Cadenas coming across, Hotman leading the play, and a good rush attack.
Elliott has now 6 rushing touchdowns. The kick from Alatorre is through. And with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the 1st half, now the Bulldogs lead is 35-7, and Hermiston is definitely on their front foot hosting Pasco.
Nice job this time. Hermiston's just got to stay within themselves and keep going here and see. I mean, another turnover early in the, at this time would be great for Hermiston to pick up, but they just got to make sure that they do not let Pasco get any momentum, because they will receive it in the 2nd half.
The new Family Dollar Dollar Tree combo store is now open in Boardman at 103 City Center Drive. You're probably familiar with Dollar Tree, fun $1 finds on party supplies, crafts, and seasonal decor. The perfect place to find great stuff for Halloween. And Family Dollar has deals on almost everything you need for your home and family, like food, cleaning supplies, health and beauty products, and pet supplies. Oh, and Halloween candy. Don't forget the Halloween candy. The holidays are coming up. Stop by the Family Dollar Dollar Tree combo store, where you'll find holiday decor, gifts, toys, and even items for your holiday menu, like Halloween candy. It's Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, one quick and convenient spot at 103 City Center Drive in Boardman. Abel Alatorre, back of the end zone, the 2nd touchback in a row. Second touchback in a row where he's tried.
Yeah.
And with 2:32 left in the 2nd quarter, it's 35-7. I got all excited there because the touchbacks are kind of fun, and he had pooched the last 2. So when he tries to kick it deep, he's kicked 2 of them through the back of the end zone, and Pasco has 80 yards in front of him, and they are down 35-7. As Caden Watanabe is in a pistol set with Jaime Townsend the second behind him. 1st down and 10. Hermiston showing blitz. They will bring it. Gets it to Townsend. Flag out as Townsend comes to the right, puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield to the 24-yard line.
I think you're going to see a holding.
Flags actually came both from the referee and the umpire.
So that hold came from they picked it up. What?
So they were having a discussion about a motion penalty then. Three-yard gain becomes second down and 7. Townsend again running to the right side, and Hotman will catch him and drag him out of bounds. 2 more yards up to the 25-yard line. And a third down and 5 facing Pasco.
Here comes Cadenas into the game for Kale.
Third down and 5. Against a lot of teams this season, this is a blitz situation. Hermiston might stay more base here. It is a passing situation. Out to the right side, it's caught, and there's space to run for Vargas down the far sideline. Vargas caught from behind, but not before he gets down to the Hermiston 30-yard line.
Pass is complete. Down to about the 30-yard
A one-on-one, and he just beat his man.
45-yard pickup that time, and that's what you didn't want to see, was Vargas getting the big play.
He got inside leverage and didn't even really have to work and slant on it too much. It was just kind of quick to him, and he had space straight down all the way to the 30. First down and 10. Pasco trying to get one back. Hermiston has scored 35 straight points. Their lead is 35-7. Deep ball, right side again, same challenge, coming back, hauling it in. It is a catch.
Wow.
And Vargas is shaken up.
The official that was up underneath saw it, and he called it incomplete pass.
So the overrule. They went back to the same thing. And so instead, second down and 10 from the 30.
They're getting real short on the time clock. They're going to have to take a timeout.
They've got him. Do they realize it?
And they didn't take the timeout. That's way too late.
They were given a timeout.
Timeout, Pasco.
That was being very, very generous that time. They didn't even realize that the play clock was that low until the time had already expired.
So Pasco given a timeout, their first of the first half, with 1:28 left in the second quarter. Hermiston's lead is 35-7. The Bulldogs have scored 5 consecutive touchdowns, including 4 in this quarter. Remember, it was the second quarter last week at Lamson on a Thursday night where Kennewick scored 35 points against Hermiston. That was 42-0 at the half, and it was a running clock second half. Pasco, I thought that probably when they got the ball back with 2.5 minutes, running plays, because Hermiston was limited on timeouts,
yes,
and just try to get into the locker room. But now that they got the 45-yard completion, now they got to try to get into the end zone again. Watanabe fakes a throw. He'll pull it down. He will run down to the 22-yard line. Ends up gaining 8. It's third down. And every bit of 2 yards. The nose of the ball is on the 22-yard line right hash mark. Townsend to the left of Watanabe. Townsend will take the handoff, trying to run right. Not a whole lot of space. He will get out to the outside and runs out of bounds. Got around the edge and did get first down yardage to the 19, a 3-yard gain. Pasco's got 2 timeouts, and they've got 45.6 seconds left. As you said, they will start with the ball in the second half.
You may have to take another timeout here, Eric, if they don't hurry up to the ball.
2 receivers each way for Watanabe on first down and 10.
Yeah.
And they will take their second timeout. Bulldogs are trying to get their first win of the season. And their first win since game 1 of last spring's 4-game schedule, where they won at Hanford. Next Friday night, we're going to Hanford.
Yay. That'll be on Fran Risch Stadium. One of the last games going to be played there.
Before they do a little bit of gussying up to Fran Risch. In fact, after this season, there will be 1 natural turf field in all of the MCC land, and it's out in Walla Walla Burlesque Stadium. All right, out of Pasco's second timeout, 44.5 seconds left. First down and 10. And a straight drop look. Watanabe will lob it to the back of the end zone. He's got his man, the tight end. Negron has it for the score.
Yeah, that time there, we got out in the defensive coverage late, number 1, and number 2 went right over the top of the guy that was late getting there. Just lobbed it up over the top of him.
Pasco's second score of the night. Caleb Negron with the 19-yard reception from Caden Watanabe. The extra point.
Wow. Barely crawled over.
It gets there,
seconds remaining in the half.
but just barely.
Pasco's 14.
And it's a 35-14 lead for Hermiston. On the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, halftime in Umatilla, where the Vikings have a 16-14 lead over the Grant Union Prospectors. Grant Union had a long touchdown with 22 seconds left, tried for a 2-point conversion, and Umatilla got their second interception of the night. Vikings trying to keep themselves with a whisper of a chance at finishing top 3 and getting into the postseason. They don't just have to beat Grant Union tonight. They will have to be the team that ends Heppner's 25-game win streak at the Morrow County Fairgrounds next Friday night.
Yes.
Not exactly the easiest task in the world for first-year head coach Chad Smith and the Vikings, but it doesn't matter if the Grant Union game doesn't go their way, so this is the starting point for them. The kick's away, it's short. Garay's got it at the 25. Garay fakes a reverse, I guess, and ends up going backwards 2 more yards and is pulled down for a negative 2-yard return. I don't know if they were trying to set up something or...
First and 10 Bulldogs at the 20.
Let's say they were trying to set something up, and it just didn't.
Whatever they were trying to set up, it was not intended to go that way.
Aiden Gray and David Faitete are having a quick conversation about what was supposed to happen, and Faitete pats the senior on the head a couple of times.
He would have been better off just to call for the fair catch.
or just to return it like he did the
Yeah,
last one. Either
true.
way, Hermiston's got it. 33 seconds. 1 timeout from the 23. Hand off to Larson. Left side run, and Larson will churn his feet to the 30-yard line. 7-yard gain
Larson
on first down.
30-yard line, gain of about 7.
Nice job on the night so far for Larson, getting the ball 10 times already, Eric, for 62 yards.
Another run, left side. Elliott keeps it this time. Hurdles a man. He's into Pasco territory at the 48-yard line.
Out to the 50-yard line.
And a flag comes out because you can't do that in high school.
Yeah, but it is going to be marked from where he went out.
Well, they'll mark it from the hurdle.
So he picked up 10, 20 yards.
Oh, it was a 21-yard run when he
Right.
finally did go out.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up at halftime, we'll have a performance by a Hermiston Marching Band, and we'll be introducing our senior cheerleaders and our senior marching band members.
That's going to go down as the last play of the first half. So they're not going to march it off. This is an offensive penalty. And so it's halftime. Hermiston 35 and Pasco 14. Coming up on the Rogers Toyota of Hermiston halftime show, we will start by talking a little bit of middle school football with Ethan McDonald, and that is on your way next on AM 1360 KOHU.
Attention out here on the track in front as we introduce and recognize this year's senior cheerleaders. A big round of applause for our Bulldog cheer team. Coach Wise, you want to come right down here in front of the track, and we'll go ahead and introduce him. Thank you.
Oh, well, actually, I guess it could be.
I don't think they can.
It could be because that's a personal foul.
Oh, it is. That's right. That is right.
I don't think you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
After school, she plans to attend college
Huh?
and get a degree in psychology.
No?
Congratulations, Charlie. Great job.
Can you hear me now? There we go.
Awesome.
Okay, and can we hear
Can
you?
you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can.
God bless America.
With her parent, Michelle Warner, Paris was born right here in Hermiston as well. After school, she plans to get a great job, go earn some money. Atta girl, Paris, congratulations. And our next senior, Natalia Marquez, with her parent, Trisha Marquez, also born right here in Hermiston, Oregon. After high school, she's going to go to BMCC and get a nursing degree or possibly go into education. Congratulations. And our next senior, Valerie Rios. And her parents, Raymond and Yolanda Rios. She was born in Yakima, Washington. After school, she plans to go to
It's
school
impressive,
and
Eric.
get
You're doing
her
like, you guys are
degree
both
in
doing like
dental
15 jobs
hygiene
between stats and
and become a
box
dental
scores.
hygienist.
It's something.
It's
Oh, I didn't forget. I didn't finish this. Oh well.
And our final cheer senior, Carly Shawn. Her parents, Ryan and Christina.
I thought Sonny might be
She was
scoring
born
a
right here in
baseball
Hermiston.
playoff game at the same time over here.
Plans on continuing her education and living life to the fullest. Ladies and
Halftime
gentlemen, big
is
round of
presented by
applause
Rogers
for our
Toyota
senior
of
cheerleaders.
Hermiston.
Congratulations,
In Bulldog
ladies.
Stadium in the CMG Financial
job this
broadcast booth at the half, Hermiston 35 and Pasco 14. It is senior night. Before the game, the seniors for the football team were honored. Here at halftime, the cheer and
Congratulations to both our cheer coaches as
marching
well.
band
Jamie Wise,
seniors
Nicole
are
Ramirez.
being recognized, and the marching
Congratulations,
band
ladies. Great
is
job.
about to perform. We start off, yes, it's a rare live interview for us, but we welcome into the booth. Earlier this week, I called him Coach Ethan McDonald. Tonight, he's Dad. What was I want to start here. What was it like to be down there for this senior night, to be with Riker in this group?
You know, it's an absolute honor because, you know, being a dad and a coach in this district for a long time, I've been coaching some of these boys since second or third grade. It seems like AYSO soccer. Coaching some of these kids, obviously, in middle school football at Armand at that time before I moved to Sandstone. So, like, to see this group of seniors and to see some of the injured kids, of course, too, that are down there just breaks your heart. Just because I know what a person Coy McCamey is and what he means to this team, to see him out. You know, Thomas Rigg, I mean, the list goes on. But it was just really, really excited to see those boys together again. And just what a neat group of seniors we really have.
Well, we found out before the season started. You mentioned Thomas, knee injury, Coy, knee injury. KJ Ramirez is in the game tonight. He's gotten some snaps. He's very limited in what he's able to do, but he has actually been able to suit up, and we weren't sure if that was going to happen. And at the start of the year, we didn't think Riker was going to be able to play, and really out of his control completely. What has it been like to be able to see him get back into uniform and to get onto the field?
For me, amazing. Absolutely. For his mother, probably not so much. But as that battle's always gone. But no, at the same time, she and I are both so excited just to have the opportunity to watch him play. But I'm just glad he had this opportunity. It's nothing worse than when you feel like things are taken out of your hands, that are out of your control. But especially just because, once again, it's like the job these guys do as coaches to get these guys to play for their brother, like to love, you know, the brother. It starts with them. Like, I'm so thankful that my son got to play for a man like David and Coach Mosier and, gosh, even Caldwell's an old athlete of ours, and, you know, Coach Lopez. Like, it's just amazing the way they care for my kid. I think my son missed that more than anything. He loved the competition, but he really missed his boys and missed the coaches. And so that says something when you'll go through pain just to be out there to be a part of that with your friends. So,
yeah, we talked about it. I talked with you before the season, you know, what, because it's a personal thing. He has type 1 diabetes, and that affected his feet. And last spring, it just got to a point where there was so much pain. So how difficult was it for him to decide to come? I mean, knowing what he's going through.
Well, yeah, I think it was so frustrating last spring. Like, he made it sound all summer like football was almost dead to him. I think it was just him trying to emotionally prepare for something he knew he loved that he was going to lose. And it was just kind of weird to say, like, really, buddy, it's dead to you? But then you could tell as soon as it was fall, he was itching, and he's watching his buddies. And every time he goes past Fatete in the hallway, because my classroom is directly next door to Coach's, he just couldn't avoid it. But so I think he just knew. I felt like it was inevitable. I'm just glad it turned out to be that way. But it's he's going through some pain, but to him it's manageable. He's trying different things. He's been very proactive, and I'm proud of him because he's sought these proactive solutions himself. It wasn't like I had to go create these things or put the pressure on him. He did it all on his own volition, and so his mom and I couldn't be more proud.
All right, he catches a touchdown pass.
That helps. It's fun.
How was that for you?
I was excited. It was just like, yes. I mean, it took me a while with my poor eyesight at this age to figure out, was that my son? I think it was my son. So, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
You and me both.
All right.
But it's nice when it's one of the ones with a 1 in the front, because that limits how many there are.
That's
so I was
true.
able to get there quicker. All right, so the other thing, I did earlier in the week call you coach, 8th grade coach at Sandstone, you along with Aaron Davis, that tag team crew. We had the Armand Sandstone games here on Kennison Field. Armand got the wins in each of those games, but when you look at kind of at 30,000 feet where our middle school programs are at together to feed this program, what did you think about this culminating week?
Well, I'll tell you, Eric, it's always so exciting for me because I go right from coaching football at Sandstone to right to coaching basketball at Armand. So I feel like I know boys at both of these schools so well, and I love that opportunity. And so I think we're in a good spot. Like, as you probably saw, Armand has some unbelievable speed, especially for middle school level. I had
especially the 8th grade.
Yeah, I had a bunch of very sweet and incredibly hard-working. We had tons of linemen. If you notice, we were like in a double tight with an H with 1 wide receiver because I had 3 wide receiver bodies this year. And it's like, it was just the neat challenges that personnel from year to year cause. Coming out of that strange COVID year with the 3-week football season where a good number of these kids weren't even out for us last spring. It was just such a positive sign to see Sandstone and Armin with pretty comparable numbers at both levels. And usually Armin has more, and I think that's where we're looking to get those kids back out again. But for us to have 27 8th graders that suited up and were ready to go on last Tuesday night, and for, I think, geez, we might even been even with Armin, but still, that's a good 50 kids if we can just get all of them to come out and play freshman ball next year. And I think those two will marry up well. We're a little down maybe in the numbers at the 7th grade, but we still have some talented kids at Sandstone, and I know Armin has got a really athletic group of boys over there. I think some of those kids might be more basketball first, but it's a really good group of athletes that if we can get a few more kids out to just round out those numbers, I think once again the future looks solid.
Yeah, what is it geographically about the town? Because it seems like for the last 4 or 5 years, all the linemen are on the Sandstone side of 395, and all the skill guys are on the Armin side of 395.
It's weird. 2 years ago, the last full season we had before COVID, we had the great time coaching the Tanner McCoys, the CU Sapeni. There's just some big old boys out there that were really fun, and we really didn't have actually quite a good collection of skill guys, but not like that pure quarterback. We had, of course, the young Trevino boy, who's a heck of an athlete and a great kid, but wasn't necessarily a quarterback. And so that's the thing, once again, just seeing that group. I mean, there's so many of them playing this year. Gosh, you just get so excited with that freshman class. If we can keep these kids just happy, hungry, and healthy, get them in that weight room. I mean, how can the future not be really bright for Hermiston football when we survive this rough spell?
Well, I think you said the most important part is there were about 50 8th graders there at the end of that night.
Yeah.
They were no longer Armin and Sandstone.
They're all Bulldogs.
They were all Bulldogs. How many of those 50 can get into the program? Because realistically,
Right.
50 is the minimum you need into the freshman level probably to start a class, because by the time they get to seniors, there were 13 down there tonight. 16 started the season on the roster in the senior class. That's going to happen. So
Attrition's natural. Some, especially some of these kids that are coming in with the dreams of playing 3 high school sports, and then the reality of the demands of these sports, and the off-season commitments hits, and so they start to make choices. I was bummed to see Riker have to make some of those choices. I wish he would have been a 3-sport athlete to the end, but I get it too. Beyond health, it's tough, and to get your academics taken care of as well. So I think if we can keep those kids connected and excited, and at least keep them out in athletic programs in general, in the end, as long as they're playing something, I feel like we're doing something right. I'd love to keep most of them out for football, and hopefully we get even more kids excited, because I know with that junior class being so small, Eric, some of those sophomores and juniors are going to have to once again fill up. And so some of those freshmen are going to be pulled to JV probably next year, as much as we don't want it to be that way. So the reality is we got to get more kids in this program for the future.
all right, well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys so much, and keep up the great work.
Ethan McDonald with us here at halftime, which is presented by Rogers Toyota. When we come back, we do have a recorded interview as well. Amy Stone getting ready to take the slow pitch team to University tomorrow in Spokane. That's on the way after this on AM 1360 KOHU.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention down to the track as Marching Band Director Sean McClanahan presents our Marching Band seniors and their parents.
We got like 5 or 6 minutes.
And our first marching band senior, Caleb Eric. Caleb, come on out. Oh, Carter Eric. Carter, come on out. Carter's parents are Colin and Carly Eric. Carter was born in Hillsboro, Oregon. After high school, he plans to serve his mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and then possibly head to BYU. Congratulations. Our next senior, Eloria Uzel, and parents Catherine and Jared, was born in Littleton, Colorado. After high school, plans to attend Walla Walla University, get a bachelor's degree, and then go into physical therapy. Congratulations. Our next senior, Bridget Weisner. Parents Christy Weisner and Chad and Alicia Doherty. Bridget was born in Hermiston, Oregon. After high school, she plans to go to school for creative writing and wants to become an author. Fantastic. Congratulations, Bridget Weisner. And our final senior, Savannah Shell. And happy 18th birthday, Savannah. With parents Sherry Harmon and Jody and James Shells, born in Richland. After school, she plans to go to Washington State University, go Cougs, and get a degree in criminal justice. Congratulations, Savannah. How about a huge round of applause for our seniors?
Halftime presented by Rogers Toyota of Hermiston. Bulldogs 35, Bulldogs 14. Hermiston leading Pasco here on senior night. And for Hermiston, senior Chase Elliott, 2 rushing touchdowns, a couple of passing touchdowns, and Ben Larson, the sophomore, into the end zone for the first time this evening. Bulldogs have been able to string together 35 consecutive points in this game. A lot went really well. It should be noted, Pasco got on the board there right before the end of the first half, and they will start with the ball next. So as good as everything was in that first half, Sonny, Pasco scores, and it's 35-21, and we've got a ball game again.
Yeah, and that was what you did not want to see right before halftime, because they were going to get the ball back, is them to be able to go ahead and march downfield and put some points on the board. If you did anything at all, you'd have rather seen them try and kick a field goal, but we have not seen that all year long out of them. So, yeah, that was the worst-case scenario for Hermiston, to do that and allow those 7 points to come right before halftime.
But the other reality was it came on big plays.
Yes.
19-yard touchdown to Caleb Negron. But more importantly, it was that 45-yard pass play down the right sideline where Rafael Vargas beat his defender in one-on-one.
Yeah, that hurt there, and that was and before that they just put pressure on Hermiston, and it looked like Hermiston was trying to back up a little bit and not get beat, and they gave up the big play.
So getting ready for the second half. At halftime, we saw the cheerleaders honored their seniors. The marching band honored their seniors, and they performed. And now we're back to football here. Hermiston will kick off to Pasco. Pasco trying to come back and win their third game of the season. They're 2-5. Hermiston is 0-7, looking for win number 1. For Pasco, they are right now sitting ahead of Hanford in the standings among the 4A teams, but they're not going to be able to catch Chiawana, who they've already lost to this season. Excuse me. That's the one team they haven't played yet. They will be the road team at Edgar Brown Stadium next week against Chiawana in the, what do they call that? The Rock Fight? The Pebble Bowl?
The Rock Bowl. What was it? It was
it's the Rock Fight.
Rock Pit, yeah.
It's the Gravel Pit.
The gravel.
And I might be making up the Rock Fight part. That's for me to know. And why is Pasco kicking off?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that does make sense. Landon Shilhanik's got it. We'll explain here in a second. And Shilhanik, coming from the 2, is pulled down from behind. No, we kicked off an onside kick to start the game. So Pasco kicking off to us is correct. So Hermiston has it. From the 13-yard line, left hash mark. Elliott will keep it on a read option out to the left side. Stutter steps and gets a yard. Townsend ushers him out at the 14. Oh, the student section. They had some smoke bombs.
A little bit of smoky out there.
I was trying to figure out what was going on. It's like a Portland Timbers game down there right now. Second down and 9 from the 14. 3 receiver options to the right. Now Trevino right to left across the formation. Flag out, flip it to Garay near sideline. Garay is tripped up. In fact, loss of a yard.
See, that should have been blown dead right from the beginning.
Procedure penalty on Hermiston.
just their third penalty of the night, Eric. That is a positive thing to see.
So 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 9. Second down and 14. 2 receivers right. Hotman at tight end right as well. Elliott will motion. Weinberger left to right. Hand off to Larson. Coming back to the left side where Weinberger just left. And Larson gets back to the 17-yard line.
16.
Ends up a 6-yard run. We'll catch up here in between plays. Where's that put Larson for the night?
11 carries, 68 yards on the night.
Larson trying to put together what would be his biggest offensive night of the season. He has already scored his first touchdown of the season. 3rd down and 6 to go from the 17. And a flag out. There was movement over on Hermiston's right side.
But I believe it was a left defensive end for Pasco that encroached and made him move. And that was just their 3rd penalty of the game.
Five-yard penalty on Isaiah Alanis, the sophomore defensive end. Makes it a 3rd down and 1 for Hermiston. Larson to the left of Elliott. From the 23. It'll be Larson, 1st down yardage. Got tripped, kept his feet, and he pushes himself across the 30-yard line down the left hash mark to the 32. 8-yard gain and a 1st down. Could Ben Larson get to 100 yards for the first time this season?
He's getting closer and closer. A good job of running, just going north and south again.
Handoff to Larson again, running to the right side this time. He runs right into the arms of that sophomore Isaiah Alanis after a 1-yard gain to the 33. Shalonic and Trevino, receivers out to the right side. Weinberger alone to the left, looking to the sideline and looking for the signals to come in again. Hotman will be in the backfield to the right shoulder of Elliott. Pistol set with Larson behind him. Now he's shifted out to the left flat. Hand off to Hotman, coming to the left side. Hotman spins off a tackler, back to his right and finds some space at the 40. Hotman out to the outside at the 50. Stumbles but stays on his feet. Hotman into Pasco territory, is hauled down by Gannon Meyer at the 42-yard line into Pasco territory.
26-yard pickup that time on the run to Hotman, and just a fantastic run, Eric.
9:38 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. 35-14, and Hermiston looking to add on to it. Elliott, quick throw, left side, up into the air, tipped off of Riker McDonald's hands, incomplete.
That was a bit on the lucky side that time. That ball was thrown way too hot and way too high.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 42. Again, Shalonic and Trevino to the right. They'll stack on top of each other. And now Trevino right to left. Toss it to him, trying to sweep out to the left side. Trevino cuts it upfield and ends up getting a yard to the 41.
Trevino.
Good job by Pasco to string it out that time. Leading the way on the play is the sophomore Christian Prado Cruz. Third down and 9 at the 41. Elliott, straight drop to throw. Deep ball over the middle for Shalonic. Bobbled again.
Got it.
Shalonic catches it, breaks a tackle. He's into the end zone.
Wow.
Touchdown, Hermiston, a 41-yarder. bobbled by Shilhonic, bobbled by Joey Gonzalez, and it kept it alive like a hot potato. Shilhonic reached back behind himself, caught it, spun off of the tackle and into the end zone for the score.
How do you like that one, Eric? That one, that's got to be one of the most impressive cases of concentration by Shilhonic. Whenever he goes up there and that ball is tipped off his own hands and then off the defender and picks it right back out of the air.
Alatorre to add the extra point, and he is able to chip this one through. 42-14 Hermiston with 8:36 left in the third quarter. This is Bulldog football on AM 1360 KOHU. A 41-yard touchdown pass from Chase Elliott to Landon Shilhonic puts Hermiston in front 42-14 with 8:36 left in the third quarter. Abel Alatorre has it teed. And Jaime Townsend, the second, is back to receive at the 5. He'll move up to the 10, catch it there. Hesitating just short of the 20. Now he'll get out to the outside at the 25, outside the numbers 30, and that's where the run will end at the 30-yard line. 20-yard return for Townsend. Their primary back tonight, as we take a look at where he is after one half of play, as Pasco gets ready for their first offensive drive of the second half.
He had the ball 50. He ran the ball 15 times for 48 yards and a touchdown on the night, and he only had one other rush on the first half. That was Caden Wannabe, the quarterback, 1 for 8 yards.
First down and 10 from the 30. Watanabe, the junior quarterback, takes the snap, hands off to Townsend. Townsend's got a little space, breaks a tackle, and Cadenas catches him from behind after a 4-yard gain to the 34-yard line. On the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, in the second half, a touchdown for Umatilla. Try failed, so a 22-14 lead for the Vikings. Dayton Davis found Simeon Howard about 10 minutes ago to put the Kennewick Lions in front of Chiawana 21-10. Second down and 6 from the 34. 3 receiver options right for Watanabe, looking to throw that way. Will throw into the flat, bobbled ball, ends up caught.
Pass falls incomplete.
It was Paxton Hermes who pulled it in. Ben Larson almost tackled the ball into his chest to finish off the reception. Just as I give you that Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard update, Umatilla has just scored again. Hosting Grant Union. They're up by 2 scores in the third quarter. Third down and 3 from the 37. Right hash mark set. Watanabe. Blitz coming. He will throw over the middle. Finds space for Vargas. Vargas into Hermiston territory. Just across midfield. He is tackled by Larson at the 48-yard line into Hermiston territory. Move the chains for Pasco.
18-yard pickup that time for Vargas on the pitch and catch, and another first down.
7:05 left in the third quarter. Pasco trying to answer. Hermiston opening the second half with a touchdown. Extra point failed again, and Umatilla, so their lead is 2 touchdowns at 28-14. First down and 10, Hermiston showing a safety blitz. Here comes Hotman, here comes Larson. Dump it out into the right flat. Some space out there for Floyd. Floyd
Townsend.
pulled down at the 37-yard line by Riker McDonald on the screenplay. First time we've seen Jackson Floyd, the junior, catch a pass. Joey Gonzalez is wide to the left side. 3 options to the right on first down and 10 from the Hermiston 37. Watanabe to throw. Lobs another screen. This time Townsend. Townsend down the far sideline. Pulled down from behind after first down yardage to the Hermiston 27. Sam Cadenas chased him down. Cadenas has bounced into a tackle with McDonald outside of him. First down and 10. Gonzalez in motion. Out to the right side right now. Watanabe looking that way. We'll throw it into the flat. Ball knocked out. It is incomplete.
Pass ball's incomplete.
Great job that time by Hermiston defender. Almost picked that one off. Had he spun around and been able to hold on to it, maybe go the distance.
Second down and 10. Left hash mark, 26-yard line.
That was a great break on the ball by Ben Larson back at the linebacker spot.
Watanabe's got 2 receiver options right. And a tight end that way as well. He's looking to throw right again. Deep ball to the end zone. Rosales is behind. Everybody's got it for the score. Manny Rosales catches a 26-yarder where he got back behind Ramirez Ortega. Pasco will not go quietly into the night. Martin Valencia, the extra point off his left foot and in. 42-21 with 5:45 left in the third quarter. This is Bulldog football on AM 1360 KOHU. And we are glad to have you with us on your home of Bulldog Athletics for 51 years. Five minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Eric Olson, Sonny Levy with you on AM 1360 KOHU. Welcome you as well if you're joining us online at GoHermiston.com and Mixler.com, the web stream powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom. Valencia's kickoff to the far sideline, take it inside of the 10, and a move back to the left side, but just not a whole lot of space for Alex Garcia. And the sophomore is tackled just short of the 15-yard line. It's about an 8-yard return. And that's where the Bulldogs will have it, first down and a 10. So Pasco answered Hermiston's touchdown to open the third quarter. 42-21, still a 3-score lead for the Bulldogs. Hotman to the right shoulder of Elliott. Larson behind him, first down and 10. 2 receiver options left for the senior quarterback. Slaps his hands, turns, fakes a handoff, throws it near side. Garay's got it on the screen. Garay hit at the 20-yard line. Momentum carries him to the 23. Stopped by Tavares, and a little bit worse for wear was Joey Gonzalez on the tackle. In fact, Gonzalez will come off on this play. Buckley Fimley will check in for him. Second down and 2 from the 23 at the left hash mark. Elliott turns and hands off Larson. Outside zone. Big block in front of him. Larson gets across the 30-yard line up to the 32. First down yardage, gaining 7.
Larson's just running very well. 84 yards right now, Eric, on 14 carries, so a good night. It
didn't hurt that Sam Cadenas at left tackle and Caden Hotman at the H-back position came out and pancaked Paxton Hermis. First down and a 10. Elliott keeps it on the left side run for the quarterback. He's at midfield and is shoved out of bounds into Pasco territory there, 48.
16-yard pickup for another first down for the Bulldogs, and that takes Elliott's at 126 yards on the night.
42-21 with 4:27 left in the third quarter. Into Pasco territory at the left hash mark. Elliott motions Council left to right. Hand off to Larson up the middle of the field. He'll cut back to his right and is pulled down at the 40-yard line by Alex Ramirez, the strong safety for Pasco. 8-yard gain, Hermiston going no huddle. Second down and 2. Now Elliott will shift the receivers to the right into that stacked formation closer to the line. Larson moves to the right shoulder. Elliott hands off. It's Larson again up the middle, and he is struck down at the 38-yard line. Might move the chains.
They gave him the first down. Yep, 3-yard pickup that time. 95 on the night right now, Eric. We've got 3 guys knocking on the door, 100-yard night rushings so far for the Bulldogs tonight.
Jorge Velasco, the defensive tackle, on the stop after a 3-yard gain. First down and 10. Larson and Elliott in the backfield again. It's Larson running left this time. 4 more yards up to the 34-yard line. In Chalk Talk, David Fiatete said one of the main keys was winning first downs, run plays of 4 and 5 yards to get them in a better situation. They've done that tonight. It's a big reason why they're up 42-21, leading by multiple scores for the first time this season. Second and 6 from the 34. Play action. Toss near side, Garay. On the left, he is pulled down. Gains a couple to the 32. Townsend out there on the stop. Townsend is moving around kind of like Sam Cadenas, and both are used in a similar way. They're on the field for almost every single play of the game. Third down and 3 from the 31. Elliott to throw. Hesitates, throws underneath, over the middle, caught, and a first down to the 25-yard line.
Kale?
No, that was Tuya. Tuya, the sophomore, moved in at an H-back. He's missed a lot of time this year with injury. And he's got his first catch of the season. Ramirez Ortega motions right to left. Hand off to Larson, running right side. Bounces like a pinball to the 22. Picks up 3 yards.
That puts Larson over the century mark at 102 yards on the night.
Got his first touchdown of his career tonight and his first 100-yard game of the season. He's over 260 yards rushing this year now. Second down and a 7. Elliott to the back corner of the end zone. Too far for Gray, incomplete.
Be nice to know if they know how close that Cade is to 100 yards. He's at 91 right now. Get that third guy in the 100-yard rushing night.
Shilhonic and Jackson Gribskov out to the right. Gribskov in the backfield with Elliott on this 3rd down and 7, and Shilhonic jumped early.
Penalty marker on the play.
5 yards back will make it a 3rd down and 12 at the 27-yard line. This is likely 4-down territory. It's into a bit of a breeze that's picking up out of the west now, so into Hermiston's face. And if they gain no more, you'd be looking at a kick of around 43 yards. Cadenas did hit a 42-yard earlier this season. Trevino left to right, out to the right side. Screenplay back to left. Gribskov's got it. The sophomore breaks a tackle. Coming to the middle of the field, he will turn his back and push himself to the 21-yard line. Townsend is in there on the stop. Hermes got there as well from the defensive end position. 4th down and 7, the offense stays on the field. McDonald will be to the left shoulder of this quarterback. Gribstoff still in the pistol set. Play action to him. Elliott rolling right. Elliott coming back to his left. Gets a block. Time to throw to the end zone. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
He had Counsell, but Counsell had slipped trying to change his direction. So it will be a turnover on downs with 1:10 left in the 3rd quarter. And Hermiston not able to add on to their 42-21 lead. Pasco's got it at the 22-yard line. Caden Watanabe, empty backfield. Hermiston showing blitz with Hopman. They'll back it off in a rush 4. Throw over the middle, deep ball for Townsend. He's got it into Hermiston territory, out to the left side at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Townsend. It's a 78-yard score for Pasco.
That is not how you drive it up, Eric. You do not give up the big plays. You just let them back in the game on us there. And unfortunately, we go turn it over on downs without getting an opportunity to score, and they come right back out for the 1st down and throw the bomb.
So now Martin Valencia for the extra point to make it a 2-score game with 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. Valencia, the left-footed kick is true, and the lead for Hermiston has been whittled down to 14 with 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. This is Bulldog Football at AM 1360 KOHU. a minute left in the third quarter as Martin Valencia gets ready to kick it away. Hermiston's lead is down to 42-28. Valencia will go deep. Garay bobbles it, picked up by Garcia. Now it's Garcia to the 20-yard line, and that's where he is stood up. Pasco trying to rip it out. It was whistled dead. They did rip it out. They do return it. They are celebrating like it's a score, but forward progress was stopped.
Pasco recovers 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs will have 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Pasco not pleased. Head coach Leon Wright-Jackson did have a rather long talk with the officials as the teams walked into the locker room at the end of the first half. But it was clear that the whistle had blown. Whether it's truly clear if forward progress had been stopped before the whistle had blown, that's a different question. But as far as was the play blown dead, that answer was yes before the ball came out. Expect Pasco to be trying to rip it out. With 50 seconds left in the third quarter, they trailed 42-28, and now a flag out.
Penalty marker on the play.
False start on Hermiston.
Where did that come from? Who moved? They hadn't even got to the line of scrimmage yet.
Well, they are explaining it to Dylan Caldwell, the line coach. David Faitete was talking with Alex Garcia, the kick returner. And so Caldwell's the one who's having the conversation right now.
How can they, I mean, they've got to, at some point, come to the line of scrimmage and get set before they can call the penalty.
By the way, earlier in the night, because on our roster we have Jaden Davis, the sophomore, as number 74. Turns out Rourke Smith stole his jersey. Rourke has been very active as a defensive tackle. He's moved in at right guard after this penalty. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was actually some type of penalty because of a malfunction with equipment. Right side run for Larson. He reaches out to the 20-yard line, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Because they got Cale Hopman on the sideline pulling his jersey off. Did they have a duplicate number? Oh, that's a 58 there.
Yeah, they just put a 58 on him.
So
Second down and 10. Throw it out to the near side. Hopman catches it, breaks a tackle at the 25. Caden Hopman across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
17-yard pickup that time. Nice job by Caden.
So they had been talking about Cale playing some tackle. And while playing tackle, he was wearing the wrong number,
85.
I guess is what, if they didn't declare it. First down and 10. Quick throw, right side, caught. 3-yard gain. Elliott to McDonald to the 40-yard line. And that's the last play of the third quarter. Hermiston 42, Pasco 28. Fourth quarter coming your way on AM 1360 KOHU. Columbia Orthodox scoreboard, it's a final in Athena. West of McEwen, a 31-0 win over the McLaughlin Pioneers. Grant Union has scored at Milt Duran Field in Umatilla to the north of us. It's a 28-22 lead for the Umatilla Vikings. We start the fourth quarter. Hermiston 42, Pasco 28. Hermiston with the ball, 2nd down and 7 from the 40. Ball right in the middle of the park for Chase Elliott. The senior quarterback motions Riker McDonald right to left. Low snap, now lob it out to Garay on the left side. Garay has got some blockers and some speed. He bursts into the second level and into Pasco territory to the 47-yard line, picking up 13. Nice spot, give him an extra, call it 14. Trevino and Shulhanik wide to the right side. An option to the left on 1st down and 10. Into Pasco territory. Hand up to Larson. Larson breaks a tackle. He's inside the 35. Running down the left hash marks. He is tripped up by Ramirez. The strong safety stops him at the 30, but another 1st down.
16-yard pickup on the run.
Still on the left hash mark. Larson to the left shoulder of Elliott. Senior quarterback slaps his hands together twice, takes the snap, looking to throw. Time in the pocket. Now he'll step up, pull it down, and run out to the far sideline left. He reaches the ball across the 25-yard line. They'll get him out of bounds at the 24. Elliott rushes for 6 on the scramble.
Elliott has 12 rushes now for 133 yards on the night. I'd still like to see him give a couple more handoffs to Caden. Let him get that 100-yard mark tonight also, but I don't think he's in the backfield, is he?
Jackson Gribskov is in to the right shoulder of Elliott. Now he's out of the formation. There's Caden. Hotman up the middle. Hotman a yard or 2 to the 23-yard line. 3rd down and 3, a minute into the fourth quarter. Bulldogs by 14. Hermiston's Bulldogs by 14. Gribskov moved to the left shoulder of the senior quarterback. Elliott will motion Riker McDonald. Fake it to him. Elliott up the middle. Tripped up, ball knocked out. There was an inadvertent whistle, but they will make the play. Go all the way to the recovery. And it was Cale Hotman, who a few minutes ago changed from 84 to number 58 so he could play right tackle. He recovers it. No, okay, they did. The whistle counted. So they said Elliott was down, and they give him a gain of 3 to the 21. 4th down and 1, and Hermiston's going to go for it. Elliott, hands off.
Larson on the carry.
Near the 20-yard line. It's going to be close. Depends on the spot. On the run for Jackson Gribskov. Gribskov, a junior. Expect that he and Larson will split some time next year in the backfield. Or even next week. As they are tonight. 1st down and 10. But it is the most significant action we've seen for Gribskov. Larson's back in. He goes out to the right. Elliott will keep running to the left. Elliott sheds 1 tackler and then is held down by the shoe tops by Manny Rosales.
16.
About a 2-yard gain. Down to the 18-yard line. Clock spinning. 9:15 left in regulation. Hermiston 42, Pasco 28. Split backs around Elliott. Long count. Slaps his hands together 3 or 4 times. Turns and hands off. It's Hotman. Hotman spins off of a tackler, and he is pulled down. Hermes in there on the stop. As Hotman is stopped just short of the 1st down marker, about a 70-yard gain. and a 3rd and 1. Bulldogs running no huddle. Larson to the left of Elliott. It's Larson for the first down yardage. He gets it, stretches the ball out to the 6-yard line. 5-yard gain and a first down and goal for Hermiston with 8:25 left in the 4th. It won't end the contest, but a touchdown here will make it pretty close. Larson again, jump step to his left, tackled after a 2-yard gain. The stop on the play for Damian Tavares, the sophomore linebacker, firing in.
Need that one more run, Eric. Got 99 yards for Caden right now.
2nd down and 4. Quick throw, right side, and Ramirez Ortega dropped it at the goal line. Incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
Had the right man. Had the seam on the slant. But there was quite a bit of mustard on that one. And the man likes ketchup. 3rd down and goal from the 4. Larson to the right shoulder of Elliott. Elliott pulls it out of Larson's belly, throws it back of the end zone. It's caught by Council for the score.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Justice Council's first touchdown of the season.
Nice little pitch and catch of 5 yards, right up the middle of it, and put it right on the number that time.
Abel Alatorre to add the extra point out of the hold of Landon Shelhonick. It is good. And Hermiston's in front 49-28. Back out to a 3-score lead with 7:21 left in the 4th quarter. Hermiston will finish the regular season next Friday night at Franrich Stadium against the Hanford Falcons. And then the following, presumably Friday, Hermiston will be playing a Week 10 crossover game with a team out of the Greater Spokane League. Trying to probe Larry Escher, the athletic director, for some more details. He said, I tried earlier in the week, but the problem is the Greater Spokane League isn't going to know who's in the playoffs and who's out of the playoffs until after next week. So they're not going to be able to settle who's available to play in the Week 10 crossover games, who's not playing against Kennewick, and it looks like Southridge, who will be the 2 3A teams that finishes the top 2 out of the Mid-Columbia Conference. So Hermiston's going to play a game on probably November 4th. Could be here, could be in Spokane. We won't know for another week, at best. Alatorre kicks to the left hash mark 15, and Vargas turns it upfield to the 28-yard line, where he is pulled down on the play by Aiden Boxianya. (49-28), a high-scoring affair for a couple of teams that are averaging just over 9 points per game coming in. However, Hermiston was giving up 42 points per game, and Pasco was giving up 38 points per game. So maybe this wasn't that big of a surprise. 1st down and 10 to throw near sideline, batted out of bounds by Larson on a wheel route attempt to Townsend. .707 left. One more stop for Hermiston would pretty much seal the deal. But probably still some wackiness to play out here from the 29th. Second down and 10. Quick throw, far sideline. Watanabe gets shoved down as he completes the pass to Vargas out on the far side.
To the
36-yard line. 7-yard gain and a 3rd and 3 facing Pasco. Watanabe has done a good job of getting the ball out and getting it out quickly. He has not faced a ton of hits tonight. He's been hurried a couple of times like he was there. Townsend is to his left. There are 3 receivers that way as well. Hermiston blitzing. They'll bring 6. And the throw is incomplete. Short. Trying to throw it into the slot quickly, and it was underthrown to Joey Gonzalez. Fourth down and 3 from the 36-yard line. Pasco's got to go for it.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely have this with only just shy of 7 minutes left in the game. They have to keep this ball moving downfield if they want a shot at it.
Facing a 21-point deficit, Townsend will move to the right shoulder of Watanabe. The junior quarterback motions Rosales in and out to the left side to throw. Too tall over the top of Rosales, incomplete. It will be a turnover on downs in Hermiston's offense. Up 49-28 with 6:52 remaining. Presumably we'll look to keep the ball on the ground and try to see this out for the first win of the season for the Bulldogs of Hermiston. The last team they beat was Hanford. 28th of February. Bulldogs going to take a timeout. Hermiston with 6:52 left, up 49-28. David Fiatete will use his first of the second half. You're listening to Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU. I saw when it was 3.
There he is. KJ.
Ramirez.
First down and 10 from the 36. Quick throw out to the right side. KJ Ramirez has it. It'll bring it down to the 25-yard line. It's enough for a first down on his first catch of the season, on his first game of the season. Broke his foot before the season started. Cleared a week ago. Hand off to Larson on this first down and 10 from the 25. Larson breaks out to the outside, inside the 15, tripped up by Townsend, down to the 11. Ramirez still in there. I'll tell you what, if Elliott could find Ramirez in the end zone, Ramirez is begging for it. He's got a one-on-one out to the right. First down and 10 from the 11. Elliott. Hands off to Larson. Larson running inside zone, running into the arms of Jorge Velasco and Abel Cervantes. Gains 3.
How many did he get on that last rush before that one? 11 for the first down? Okay.
Larson's to the left of Elliott. Under 6 minutes left. Elliott to throw, looking left. Now he'll come back to his right. He's got a ton of time. Rifles to the back of the end zone, dropped.
Elliott's pass falls incomplete.
He had Larson for the score right in front of him, looked deep going across the middle for Hotman.
I mean, he had Hotman for the score. Every once in a while, you're just playing catch with somebody from kind of a short distance. Man, why are we throwing so hard? Just warming up. That was the feel, I think. There's a lot of pace on that ball. Third down to the right side, goal line, and a touchdown. Larson, a receiving touchdown, his second touchdown of the night. Every little thing offensively has gone Hermiston's way tonight. Alatorre's extra point is through right down Broadway, and a 56-28 lead for Hermiston with 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the contest. How about this context? Hermiston has put 56 points on the board tonight. Prior to this game, they had scored 64 points in the first 7 games of the season. Chase Elliott has 5 touchdown passes. He's scored on the ground twice. Ben Larson into the end zone 2 times, once on the ground, now through the air.
The only one that hasn't caught a pass of his receivers tonight, and he dropped one, was Ramirez on the night. Ramirez Ortega on the night.
Townsend, the second, is backpedaling to about his 5-yard line. A little bit of breeze in his face as he looks to return right to left towards the west end zone here at Bulldog Stadium. Alatorre on Kedison Field will kick it away. Drive it, Townsend to the 5-yard line. He'll return out to the right at the 15. Sutter steps and gets outside the numbers of 20, 25. He's got space at the 30. 40 and out of bounds. Almost looked like he pulled up and ran out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 42-yard return and a first down and 10 for Pasco in good position, but trailing 56-28 and on the verge of falling to 2-6 on the season. They will finish in the Rock Quarry at Edgar Brown Stadium against Chiawana next Friday night. Bulldogs have to use a timeout. They had too many men on the field. And so Hermiston uses their second timeout. And it's not necessarily like they're switching personnel out and getting some fresh faces on the field. This is their starting defense out there for the most part.
This has been a ground and pound type game for Hermiston. That's 33 first downs on the night for the Bulldogs. The Pasco Bulldogs have 16 on the night.
Defense has still gotten beaten deep a couple of times. There have still been a couple of personnel things like this timeout here being forced. But obviously this is the best of the season for Hermiston. On senior night, there's not really a whole lot of a better time to do it if this is when you're going to do it. Right side, deep ball, right corner, back shoulder, and
Pass
caught
complete inside the
on the far
35
sideline.
to the 33-yard line.
That's Manny Rosales. Down to the 33. Nice throw by Caden Watanabe. Townsend a beat to the left shoulder of Watanabe. 2 receiver options each way. The junior quarterback. Deep ball right side again. Too tall this time.
Penalty
Flag
mark on
out
the play.
on the pass that was over the top of Manny Rosales.
Yeah, at that time the Bulldog defensive back just got his feet tangled up with himself and could not recover quick enough.
Waiting for the indication from David Watson Jr. We knew it was against Hermiston.
Batteries must have run out in the headset. Because we haven't heard it since you.
Since the very first one where you're like, wow, he's pretty loud.
Yeah, either that or he blew it out. Off that first one.
– 15-yard penalty will move it to the 18-yard line. Watanabe hands off to Townsend, running right. He's got a little bit of a seam. Breaks out to the outside at the 10, the 5. He dives to the goal line, and he gets there. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Pasco.
I made Townsend the second into the end zone with 4:50 left.
19-yard touchdown run that time for Townsend. Getting this in closer.
Martin Valencia for the extra point. Or they're gonna leave the offense out there and go for 2. Two receivers left, 2 tight ends in. Townsend to the right shoulder of the quarterback. Pull it out. Fake. Watanabe reaching for the goal line as he runs up the middle, and he gets there.
Extra point is good. 4:50 remaining
So
in the
Caden
ballgame.
Watanabe
Bulldogs 56, Pasco 36.
on a 2-point conversion rush. Gets it to a 20-point game. Hermiston 56, Pasco 36. The onside kick is coming. Ricardo Rodriguez is with the kick return team. There are so many former Bulldogs on this coaching staff for David Faietete, who came here in 2008 with Mark Hodges, who was a coordinator for him at North Medford when he was a high school player. Faietete, who played for the Oregon Ducks. His non-Bulldog assistants include offensive coordinator Mike Mosier. But after that, Dylan Caldwell, who was part of the state championship team when he graduated in 14. Travis Jones, Rico, Ben Millard, Corey Morgan. Got a Pendleton Buckaroo in there, and TJ Hancock. He's been coaching the wide receivers, and he's the offensive coordinator for the freshmen who won yesterday.
Isn't Travis Jones Pendleton also?
No. Onside kick.
No.
It was bobbled. A flag does come out.
Yeah, it was touched on the 49, about the 49-yard line by Pasco.
Hermiston recovered it anyways. In fact, in there on the hands team, Isaac Corey, the freshman quarterback who started last week, played the first quarter, played the whole game against Richland in week 4 when Chase Elliott was out with injury. Elliott still with the offense, up by 20 with 4:47 left in the contest. Pasco does have their full complement of timeouts. Garay left to right across the formation. Low snap, hand off to Larson, who breaks a tackle. Larson stumbling all the way down to the 40-yard line. Sam Cadenas blocking, drove block his man all the way into the Pasco sideline, like deep into the Pasco sideline. Second down and 1 to go from the 40. Like the Blindside movie deep into the sideline. Handoff and Larson. Another big run for him. Larson makes it an 8-yard gain to the 32 and a first down for Hermiston. Now a little bit about this is clock management. 3:50 left. Hermiston's already at the line with 30 seconds on the play clock.
Got the right guy in the backfield. Now give it to 31, please. Just let him get it.
Caden Ottman's a yard away from 100. He would be the third to get 100-plus yards rushing on the night. He's to the left of Elliott, and it is Hotman running right side. He's got it and more, but it's all coming back. Flag out as Hotman barrels his way down to the 22-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain, but holding on Hermiston will move it back. (56-36), Hermiston. At one point scored 35 unanswered. Ben Larson over 100 yards rushing. Chase Elliott over 100 yards rushing. Caden Hotman, 99 yards rushing. And with all that running, Chase Elliott on senior night has thrown 5 touchdown passes. Riker McDonald be the tight end to the left. He's got one of those touchdown catches tonight. Justice Council outside of him. He's got another one.
Now what are they doing?
Leon Wright Jackson protesting something with the white hat, David Watson Jr. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. In a 20-point ball game. They want
3:10.
They want quite a bit of time added back onto the clock.
Yeah, 26 seconds.
2:45 right now.
Wow.
They're going to move it back to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. The ball was moved back on the holding penalty to the 45. Now they will wind the clock, so it is spinning. Hermiston offense is standing, waiting as the play clock rolls. Elliott will set the team with 5 seconds on the play clock. Fake the toss, hand off to Larson. Larson is stood up in the backfield. The first one to the point of attack was junior Jacob Bird. And now Pasco will call a timeout with 2:38 left in the contest. Down by 20. It feels like the reality is Pasco is going to get the ball back. With Hermiston facing second down and a country mile, 24 to be exact. That's how long a country mile is, Sonny. It's 24 yards.
So far back, they didn't put it on the scoreboard down there.
Tony's decided to do away with down and distance.
I think after they told him to put some time back on the clock, he just said, okay, and that's it.
On the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, it is a final at Milt Duran Field. Umatilla beats Grant Union 28-22.
Wow.
The Vikings pick up the W, and they now get ready for Heppner to finish out the regular season next week. 2nd and 24 from the 47-yard line. Left hash mark set. Handed off to Larson, running right. No, Elliott keeps it. Good play fake that time. Elliott out to the far sideline. And he's pulled down at the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. Although, if we're picking some nits, don't run out of bounds.
Yep, stay in. Now hand it to Caden. He's back in the backfield. For now.
Because out of bounds stops it with 2:30 left.
So why'd they move it back?
Well, another flag. So the flag was a holding downfield at the 40, so it moves it back 3 more yards to the 50-yard line. And now David Faitete will call a timeout. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. No, it wasn't a timeout. It was just a more formal protest with the officiating crew. Displeasure expressed from both coaching staffs in the last couple of minutes. Displeasure expressed by the clock operator. Really for the last few hours. Since like an hour before the game. 2nd down and many from the 50. You got to get down to the 23. And a handoff up the middle. The run for Caden Hotman will get to the 42-yard line. But in the grand scheme of things, as Pasco calls another timeout, Hotman is now over 100 yards rushing.
Got what, 9 on that?
8.
8, yep. Well, good. I like that. I mean, and he did his on only 7 carries. He had the big 50-yard rush and the 26-yard rush also. They got him up there. But we still got that 3rd and 20.
A minute 54 remaining in the contest. Hermiston 56, Pasco 36. Pasco 3rd down and looks like 19 is what they're looking for. Hermiston's got it at the 42-yard line, left hash mark. Aiden Garay is the receiver to the left. Two options right. Elliott, split backfield. Hotman to his left, Gribskov to his right. Gribskov out of the formation, out to the left. Hand off to Hotman, right side run. Hotman gets a handful more to the 37-yard line, picking up 5. And Pasco will use their last timeout with 1:41 remaining.
Now are we going to see the first punt?
Ball's at the 37-yard line. Hermiston has not punted tonight. Pasco has only done it a couple of times. It appears the offensive personnel is staying on the field.
With no timeout, so I don't know why you would not punt right here, Eric. Try and bounce it inside, the 10.
Because if you convert it, the game's over. And if you don't convert it, Pasco's still got 60-plus yards to go. So you win the game with a first down. And if you don't convert, you turn it over on downs. And they still have 2/3 of the field to go.
Ooh.
It's Sam Cadenas in the backfield with Elliott on 4th down and 13. Cadenas the run, out to the left side. Cadenas tripped up. He got a yard. So they turn it over on downs, and Pasco's got 65 yards in front of him with 1:27 remaining. And both sides are displeased with how the clock is spinning. Except for the officials. They weren't concerned about the extra 8 seconds that ran off there. Caden Watanabe to throw on 1st down and 10. He'll pull it down instead and run. Caught from behind at the 43-yard line. Watanabe scrambles for 7. Stopped by Riker McDonald.
Gain of about 6, 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 3 to go from the 43-yard line. 3 receiver options left. Watanabe's looking that way. He will dump it underneath to Townsend. Townsend, 1st down yardage as he steps out of bounds on the Hermiston sideline.
Out to the 47-yard line.
At the 47-yard line, it's a 5-yard gain and a 1st down. 51 seconds remaining. Hermiston by 20. Caden Watanabe from the far sideline runs the play across the field. Bulldogs going to make a couple of changes here with the long huddle. 3 receiver options right. And Hermiston jumped. Claims are being made that it was movement by Pasco.
And it's too bad because there was 2 seconds left on the play clock.
5 yards will move it into Hermiston territory to the 48-yard line, and now a 1st down and 5. Still 3 right and 1 receiver left for Watanabe to throw. Deep ball right side into the hands of Manny Rosales. Rosales down to the 30-yard line. So much for forward progress to the 28. 42 seconds left. Pasco going hurry. Down by 20. 1st down and 10. Watanabe to throw. Deep ball left side. Intercepted. And down the near sideline It's Elliott. Elliott to the 25. Elliott to the 20. Cuts back to the left. Elliott to the end zone.
No flags.
An 85-yard interception return for a touchdown by Chase Elliott.
Wow. I guess that's the way to finish off a game. Nice job that time. Chase just playing center field back there, ball underthrown. Come over and picked it and just serpentined his way on into the end zone.
Shalanick to hold for Alatorre to add the extra point. High snap, pulled down, kick is there.
Extra point is good.
And Abel is perfect tonight.
18 seconds remaining.
63-36 with 18.7 seconds remaining in the contest. The Bulldogs will cap senior night in a big way. You know, as he ran down the sideline, I kept saying, yeah, that's one, but that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But there Elliott was, playing some defense. And about 85 yards later, he's into the end zone.
Well, he was back on the kickoff earlier, deep. And the only one back there when everybody else was expecting the onside kick, which they got. But he was the deep man on the kickoff, Eric.
Student section starts a thank you seniors chant as senior night does go Hermiston's way. And the seniors have got to perform in a lot of different ways, including a jersey change for Cale Hotman. He went to 58 to play some right tackle. His cousin Caden, over 100 yards rushing. Elliott, interception return for a touchdown. 5 passing touchdowns, over 100 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Squib ball rolling down the middle of the field, taken by Townsend at the 10. Townsend to the 20, moves outside the numbers to 25-30, puts his shoulder down and is shoved out of bounds by Alex Garcia out to the 37-yard line. A 27-yard return by Townsend. I believe every single senior not every single senior, almost every senior possible is on the field for this play with 10 seconds left. Watanabe to throw, sets up a screen, and he intercepted it. Near sideline Hotman, Cale Hotman with Watanabe. Watanabe throws him down at the 17-yard line. The transfer student, the cousin of Caden from Humboldt, Texas, has the pick that ends the game. And the final score is Hermiston 63, Pasco 36. The Bulldogs get their first win of the season. They intercept Caden Watanabe 3 times, including the big pick 6 to put an exclamation point on the first victory of the year. We've got a Sway Motors post-game show coming for you when we come back to Bulldog Stadium on AM 1360 KOHU.